I need to make sure I have to turn it down in 1 second. So give me 1 minute. There you go. Okay, let's start. Let's start breathing standing. Inhale, open, reach out and up. And exhale, just reaching out into the space, imagining that every cell in your body is getting a little stretch, a little movement, and then exhale, let it go. Deep breath. Imagine breathing down into your feet and up into your fingers at the same time, and then exhale, let it go, and inhale. So deep cellular breathing. Our cells are breathing, and if we imagine it, they probably do it better. So inhale, open, open, open. Exhale, reaching into the space around you, really actively reaching away from center. And you're going to bend your knees and bring it down. Relax your head and neck. And inhale, come up, open, open, open. Reach up, exhale, drop it down, bend your knees, release. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Heart, lungs, opening. Exhale, take it down, soften the back of the head and neck. Inhale. Open chest, lungs, and heart. Exhale. Drop it down. And inhale. Lift. Let's interlace our hands on top and a little side-side movement. Imagining that inside of your rib cage, your lungs are sliding easily, so they're not all stuck to the edges, to the inside of your ribs, to the inside of your body. There is spaciousness in there and fluidity. So as you're moving, your lungs move, your heart moves, your the whole vascular system moves, the whole nervous system moves. There's no part of you inside there that's like isolated and still. It's all in the mix. And then we're going to circle. You're going to bend your elbows, squeeze your fingers together, and try and like open your arms out to the side. So there's energy moving out, but your fingers are holding your hands together, elbows are bent, and you're going to circle your hands over your head. Really, it's like an internal massage for your shoulder blades, for your diaphragm, for your ribs, lungs, and heart. And your diaphragm is a muscle, I think, yeah, and it's separating the upper and lower body, and it's very fluid. It's like, and it moves differently than most other muscles. Circling the other way. Freeing up the cranium, rib cage, and pelvis relationship, and shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let go, bounce around. Let's take a deep breath in, and then exhale, push it out to the side. So deep breath in, active push out. In through your nose, out through your mouth, in through your nose. Two more. Last one. Shake it out, shake it out. We're just going to tap up here, right around our clavicle. In the interest, and I'm just doing both sides, gentle tap, neck, throat, clavicle, in the interest of really making sure that that upper pathway into the blood system, the subclavian vein, is free. There's room for the lymph to return into the heart. There's spaciousness in there. And that this part of our neck up here isn't right, like in that little collarbone dip, isn't inflamed, right? So if that part's inflamed, it's pretty good chance that things are a little blocked in there. That's one of the most important areas to have some freedom in, and most people don't. So you're going to take your fingers just lightly touching above your clavicle, and you're just going to lift up and then drop down, lifting shoulders up. So your clavicle, you can see what mine do, they move a lot, and then drop it down. Everyone's a little different here. So you're just pulling up and down and up and down. And then you're going to take your fingers underneath and do the same thing, up and down, just feeling into there. And I'm kind of moving them on that rim. If you have fingernails, it doesn't feel very good. let it go, shake it out. And we're going to go up here. I feel like with this season, like so many people are having allergies. I'm having allergies. So this helps clear them. Fingers right around the angle of the jaw, just gently opening up that space. So it's not just lymphatic there. There's also like the glial lymph, the lymph from your brain, from your glial cells is coming out here. So we want that really clear. Otherwise, your brain is holding a lot of toxicity, right? So free up that area. Relax your neck and tongue. Good. And then we'll come in, shake it out, shake it out. Just a little tap on, this is my right hand to my left armpit. Usually we do the rub. You can also rub, but today I'm just tapping for variety. And then the same thing on the other side. You can squeeze, you can rub. But tapping is just a different energy moving into your body. You can feel it hits in differently. So that, we're just trying it with that today. Enlivening the area, encouraging the flow of lymphatic fluid and just flow in general, coming into your sternocleidomastoid in the middle, just a gentle tap in there. Breathing underneath that. So you're not armoring against it, you're letting it in. And then down to your inguinal fold, tapping there. And then let's just go down the leg to the back of the knee. And then down, all the way down to your feet, taking your hands on your feet and just bending and straightening one knee and then the other. I'll show you sideways. I'm doing this. If you're tighter in your back and you need to like be up here to do that, that's fine. But if you've got the flexibility, you can even leave both knees bent. Just bend one leg, bend the other. Feel your feet connecting into the earth. Earth energy coming up into our bodies, our body energy going down into the earth. And then release and roll it all the way up, coming up to the top. And spiraling, twisting, looking around behind you. I'm going to stay right in the center today instead of shifting my weight while I do this. So I'm getting the midline to spiral. Twisting around the center midline of my body. And really, when we talk about center, like, oh, the center of my body, it's a little bit relative. It's not like there's one place where there's a center. We're not like a perfect circle and there's a perfect center in the middle of it, or like an equilateral triangle and boom, there's the center. We are these beings and we move in different ways. So like finding center is it's a concept more than a thing. I think finding midline is easier than finding center. But if we were to think about center, like maybe it's down here in your gut body, in your lower dantian, or so we in Laban we talk about the center of gravity being down here in our body and the center of levity being up here in our lungs. So our lightness is coming in with that breath and our connection to the earth coming in down here in our pelvis. So let's circle our pelvises. And as you're circling your pelvis, let your feet move. Mobilizing. And again, I'm not locking my head into place. I'm letting it kind of move around. So we're creating this relationship, pelvis, ribs, cranium, having some free flow. I was just looking at a video of a woman, I think she's English, and I think her handle is like Vox Yoga, something or other, VOX, like vocal yoga. But she's I guess a yoga person, but I was watching the videos like talking about the connection of our jaw to our pelvis. And if you are standing up straight, your jaw is pretty much right there on top of your pelvis, right? There's a relationship. And as we're moving, if you haven't changed direction, the circles change direction. As we're moving, these relationships are moving too, right? It's not like a static thing that it's always in one relationship. They move around. Let's come in, circle the shoulders. So with the jaw and the tongue, generally we want our tongue nicely nestled in the top, like up on our hard and soft palate behind our teeth, not hanging down flat, slack tongued, although that's a great way to relax. sometimes to relax your face and relax your neck and relax your jaw. But our tongue generally is up there, but we want our teeth just slightly open so we're not holding them together, creating that tension in the jaw. In general, I'm not saying always, I'm just saying in general, change direction with the circles. Feeling into your mouth, what's going on in there? Are you clenching? And if you drink more coffee, you're going to clench more. That's my experience. And from watching other people, same thing. Let's grab some weights. I'm going to go with a set of, I got 2 sets of 3-pound weights in my hand, so I have 6 pounds. And starting parallel, I'm just going to bend and straighten with a bicep curl. So when we add weight, we're just requiring more of our bones and our tissues, right? So it's not just, oh, we're just working our muscles, but we're also going to get more blood flow when we add weight because there's more to do. And then going up over your head with straight legs, pushing up onto your tippy toes. And we want our bones to have like pushing and pulling. So here I'm pushing up, right? Pushing, the weight is going down into my body. And then when I come down here, the weight is pulling on my bone. It's pulling away, right? So we want that kind of really multi-dimensional stressors on our bones. I don't mean interdimensional, I just mean multi-directional, multi-planar, we could say. Press it up again. We're just staying in this parallel for a minute. And also on our tissues. We want the demands to be in multiple places. So turning out your feet, you're going to engage your butt slightly to help maintain that turnout, knees over your toes. Don't force it. You're not going for like a perfect 180 in your feet, just something where your knees can go over your toes, creating that negative space in between your legs. Little diamond shape. So if I go in front of a dark thing, you can see it better. Control with the arms, so you control them down too. Let's go up with straight legs, pressing up. Hands are like lined up with the front of my hairline, or I could say the front of my face. Tippy toes, straight legs. I'm not counting. I'm just doing like random numbers here. Feeling into my body, feeling, okay, now I'm ready to go to the next thing. Let's just circle for a second. Circle your shoulders. Now that you have those weights there with the circles, it's a different thing than when you didn't have the weight. There's more demand on the tissue. Change direction, up and over. Let your scapula move on your back. So you're really picking them up to your ears and letting them drop. Coming in, we're going to come to a parallel, maybe shoulder distance apart. And again, bicep curls with a bend with a plie. If you don't have weights, use something like get 2 cans with beans or something, something from the pantry. Find something, 2 books of fairly equal weight. If you're not sure if they're the same, keep changing sides with them. So say one's a little heavier, change it to one side after a while. Going up. Not everything we do in life is balanced. So even if you're working with weights and it's a little unbalanced, if you switch them back and forth, you create balance. Good. Let's take it down. Arch your back, stick out your butt. So if this is a rounded spine, try and arch so that you're like pulling through. So you're activating the extensors of your back. Out to the sides, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, big wings, 7, 8, 9, 10, hands on your hips, elbows back, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come in, shoulders up to your ears, lower your shoulders, tilt your head one way, tilt your head the other way. Come to center, shoulders up, lower, tilt, tilt, up, lower. I'm alternating sides that I tilt on, up, lower, tilt, tilt, up, lower, or maybe I'm not because I forget. And we're going to change it up, lower, look one direction, look the other direction. Up, lower, look one direction, look the other direction. Up, down, look, look, up, down, look, look. Head drops down, and then look up, dropping your head down, inviting your neck and shoulders to release any sort of micro tensions or macro tensions, any kind of extra stress tensions up there, let them go. And let's add an internal rotation here. So you're going to internally rotate, curl, and then arch, externally rotate, rotate in and curl. If the weights are too much, get rid of them. Rotate in, out, spiral in, spiral out, spiral in, spiral out. Last one, in and out. And let's get rid of the weights. Just put them down nearby, and we're going to take it down to the floor in just a second. All right, so coming down onto the floor, let's sit in a cross-legged position or any other position that feels okay in your body, side side. Again, diaphragm moving, wings of the heart. Oh, I didn't shut that window. Normally I shut that window because of the backlight situation. Oh well, or I shut the curtain. Letting your C curve from your hip through your fingertips, through your spine, really open up the space so that your little cushy marshmallowy discs are resilient and supportive of your spine. Good, we're gonna circle the whole way around. Take it sideways and then forward and to the side and open up. Sideways and forward and side and open. Side and forward and side and open, side and forward and side and open. Take it down, move your spine around again, inviting the pathway of the inside of your whole spine, so the inside of the vertebrae, to open up. And the cushiness of the discs to be supportive. And then come up and let's spiral one way and spiral the other way. Again, twist and twist. So we just did all this stuff, right? We did the side, we did the twisting, we have some forward, backward. That's what you want to do when you're doing work for your spine to find balance and resilience, is try to move it in all these different directions. Undo your legs, stretch them out for a second, give them a little bang, let them release, and then change it so the non-dominant leg goes in front, the one that feels more awkward, opening up, side stretch. We're just going to circle the whole way around right away. And open it up. Big side stretch, taking it to the diagonal, forward, diagonal, side, and lift. Head reaching away from your tail, sideways, around, and open, sideways, around, and open. You could go slower than me, depending, maybe you need to take more time. Last one. Open it up. So Anthony and I were watching all of these like 1980s workout videos, like Jane Fonda workout, and there's another woman who had this jazzercise, the exercise, jazzercise stuff, who's hilarious. She's awesome. And then we were watching like those old aerobics championship, Crystal Light aerobics champions. And I have to say, they're amazing dancers and movers. And it's all really intense and sped up. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of that movement's great. It's like, just move your body. Anthony was like, is this good or is this bad? I'm like, well, I mean, In the Jane Fonda workout, she does get into some pretty intense forward foldings, like within 2 seconds. But if you bend your knees, you're fine with that. Coming in, dropping it from side, and then she has these pushes through, which I feel like maybe not what you want people to do. At the same time, it's like better for people to move than not move. Don't throw yourself around too much unless you really know what you're doing. And always, like, less is more in the beginning of working out. Knees from side to side, and then you're going to take it all the way across. And then the other way. And another thing I'll say is, like, what's good for you one day may not be good for you another day. So it's like, it's not like there's one answer to these questions of, is this a good workout or a bad workout? It sort of depends on how old you are and how hydrated you are and all the things. But I'm always like, you know what? It's better to be moving than not moving. Okay, let's come in and warm up our backs and hamstrings a little bit. Let's just go up and circle, easy circles with your pelvis. Feeling your feet on the floor, feeling how your feet connect to the floor. So feeling your toes, your heels, the ball of your foot. If you have very archy feet, maybe the center doesn't touch down. If you have really flat feet, maybe your whole foot's kind of planted there on the floor. Circle the other way. And then come in. Let's inhale, arms over the head as our pelvis comes down. And then you're going to exhale, push up. And inhale, lower it down. Exhale, press. Inhale, lower. Exhale, press. Inhale, down. Exhale, press. Yeah, I feel like whatever inspires you to move, then that's good. Exhale, up. Inhale, down. Exhale, up. Stay. We're going to lift up our heels and lower our heels, and then flex your foot and lower. Heels up, heels down, foot up, foot down. Heels, lower, flex, lower. Tippy toes, lower, flex. Tippy toes, lower, flex. Tippy toes, lower, flex. 2 more, up, flex. Last one, up, and flex. And roll it down through your spine. Legs up to the ceiling. Give your calves a little hit. So I'm going like up and down the middle of my calf and to this outside edge, the peroneals and then gastroc soleus, all the stuff in there. Getting a little release, and then I'm going to take a happy baby and wiggle around in my baby. And then roll yourself back and forth, rolling through your spine, massaging through your back. Taking it back down, opening your arms out, big spiral. Turning your head away from your legs if that feels okay. If your back is hurting, just go slow. It doesn't have to be the full twist, but if you can full twist and that helps, then do it. But more importantly is to get this massage across your sacrum as you roll from side to side, right? Building the integrity of the bone, building the integrity of the disc, building the integrity of your muscles by using them. And then take it with your legs straight out. Or not. So this is more advanced. It's really up to you. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. You can also keep your knees bent. And then we're going to open and fold it in onto one side and open and fold it onto the other. Open it up, fold it in, 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 and come into center. So that we had our upper versus lower pattern. We had a twisting pattern, then we had a side versus side pattern. And we're going to go back to that contralateral pattern, crossing over, elbow to knee, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Relax down for a second, just shake out your legs, turn your head from side to side, relax your shoulders, free up your spine, wiggle it around. And then let's do it with the flex feet, reaching down and pressing back up. Reach it down. Let's point on top and then flex down. Point, flex, point, flex, up and down. It's easier to flex up and point down. So we want to challenge ourselves to do different things. Last one like that. Let's change it to flexing up and pointing down, just feeling that difference. Point down, flex up, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Relax it down, free up the center midline of your body. So thinking of everything, those little intervertebral muscles, the big postural muscles, everything just getting looser and more relaxed. Letting go of some of the armor, letting it just flake off, reabsorbed by the earth or the air or the fluids in your body. All of those elements have the power to reabsorb stuff. All right, let's come back up into our bridge. This time my feet are gonna be a little wider. So my feet are about just a smidgen wider than my hips, probably about shoulder distance apart. I'm gonna press up. I'm gonna interlace my hands behind my back, walking my shoulders close together. If you can't interlace, it's fine. Just push the floor away. Inhale, knees open. Exhale, close. Inhale, exhale, use your breath. Open, close. Inhale, exhale. And come in, press up, tippy toes again. This time, just your toes curl up. So tippy toes, lower the foot, just the toes, lower down. Tippy toes, lower, just the toes, lower. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, toes, heels, toes, and release. Open your hands, take your time, roll it down, vertebra by vertebra, all the way down to the floor, and relax. And then just turn your head from side to side, free up your spine, let it go, relax your jaw, relax your eyeballs, shake it all out, shake out, and roll yourself back and forth, rounding through your spine. We're going to do one more thing up. So this is a little different. What you're going to do, I'm just going to show it to you this way. So you're going to press up, pelvis up, feet are close together. You're going to walk your feet, inching them out to one side, and then bring it back to center. When you find center, come back down, press it up. Feet are inching out to the other side, pelvis high, walk it back and lower down. So you're going up, feet are scooching, bring it back, find midline and lower down, press it up, feet are scooching. You can feel that stretch into your pelvis, or maybe you can, I can, and take it down of like the tissue in my side body. Up, walk it over, pelvis stays up, bring it back in and lower down. And you're also just teaching your feet to be more adaptable. Over to the side, bring it back in and lower it down. Take it up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Let's take the hands and feet up in the air and just circle wrists and ankles. and change direction, other way. And then shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. And then free up your spine, let it go. And let's roll over onto our sides. Let's take it into, let's go parallel up and down for 4. Parallel going 1, low leg, 2, 3, flexed foot, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn it out, flex foot, these are low, 1, turned out leg, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, straight down below you, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, flex it, turn it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, and come in. We're going to flex, turn it out, up and down for, let's go for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're going to bend the knee and take it back, stretching your quad. You can internally, externally rotate. The bottom knee can also bend just to help you balance. And then release that leg down. We're going to take the bottom leg. This top leg can either go in front or behind. You want your hips to be basically perpendicular to the floor. You might roll back a little bit, try to keep it so that you're pretty much on your side. Bottom foot, parallel, flex foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out, flex foot, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Lift, 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 reach. Slowly relax it down, roll over onto your side, open it up, big stretch, let it release. You can move your legs up and down, massaging through your lower back, stretching out inner thighs. And then you're going to open your feet wide and internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. And let's roll it over onto the other side. Taking it down, legs straight down below you, flex feet, top leg, pulsing up, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn it out, flex, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, turn it in, flex, 1, 2, 3, 4, tippy toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, pointed toes, 1, 2, 3, 4. Turning it out, big kick, flex up, point down, 1 for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bend your knee, stretch your quad, take it back. You can rotate in and out, or just hang out, breathing into it. And sometimes people are like, well, how long should I hold a stretch? And it's like, it depends. There's no answer to that. When we talk about numbers and bodies, they don't line up. Like, we're organic. So it's like, it could be different on any different day. Like sometimes, like, I never feel like the stretch really worked or it got there. And some days it's like 2 seconds and I'm done. So it's really different in our bodies every day. And we want to listen to them and go, oh, I need to hang out there a little bit longer. It's not like I hold it for 10 seconds and then it's done. It could be a minute one day. It could be 5 seconds another day. So listen into your body and feel like, okay, yeah, that feels good. Bottom leg, flex it up. 1, 2, 3, 4 tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4 pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it out. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4 tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4 pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Turn it in. Flexed. 1, 2, 3, 4 tippy toes. 1, 2, 3, 4 pointed toes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Lift, 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 and relax. Let it open up. Roll over onto your back. Stretch it out. Shake it out a little bit. Sometimes like going from really working into a big stretch, you want to get neutral before you go into the big stretch. So giving your body a chance to be resilient. And then internally rotate. So we're opening the tissue in all these different ways so that it's getting really three-dimensional movement, three-dimensional pulls, so that the integrity of the tissue learns by what you demand of it, right? We make these demands, it goes, okay, I need to strengthen up in this way or that way. And so we want to be really three-dimensional in our demands so that it's not just getting sort of strengthened in one direction with one relationship to gravity, right? Which is one reason why we keep rolling all over the place in the mat class. Like we're getting, the fluids are moving down towards the floor. The density is getting that resilience. So rolling is great and also great for the tissue. Let's flip it over onto our stomach. I'll just pull this down. And tops of the feet on the floor, hands next to your chest, baby cobra. Inhale up, exhale down, using your breath. Up and down, up and down, up and down. Add the hands all the way up, lower it down, pressing up, lower down, and up and down. And then next one, go up. If you want to bend your knees, go for it. Try that a couple of times. And then take it back. Let's do this with toes curled under. You're going to just take your tail back towards your heels and then head forward. Tail back and head forward. Tail back, walk your hands back. See if you can take your heels towards the floor and then knees toward the floor. Take it, let's just go all the way forward and down. Taking it back, walking it back, coming onto your, maybe you come all the way onto your heels, maybe just a little bit, taking it forward and then opening it up. Taking it back, heels, taking it forward. Let's bring this up into a plank so that you've got your plank there, your knees touch down, your tail goes back, your feet go toward the floor. If you can, you stand up, you take it back down, knees forward into a plank, taking it back, heels to the floor, standing up. Maybe you're not doing the whole version of this. Maybe yours is a little simpler. It could just be this, right? So this is really mobility training, being able to move from one place to the next. And this is like partly for my knee rehab, right? I want to be able to get up and down easily. Last one. I'm just going to hang out, walk it into a downward dog. Bend one knee, bend the other, stretching out your calf and Achilles, letting your hips drop one way and then the other. Let's take that out into a plank. Do a costume fix. I love this pair of tights, but they fall down. So we're going to go roll it into your plank, flip it into a side plank, circle the arm in one direction 3 times, circle it the other way 3 times. Come back into your plank, switch it to the other side, arm circle one way. Nice movement through your rotator cuff. You can follow your hand with your eyes and then the other way, 3 times in each direction. Bring it in, drop your head, roll it up to your dog. Take one leg up to the ceiling. You're going to pulse it up, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it to the other side. Pulsing up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Roll it forward into your plank. Slowly lower down to the floor in 10 counts, going 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop it down, bend your knees. Let your legs fall from side to side, massaging out your quads. So I just vacuumed the floor before class, but I see a little area that I missed down here on the floor. Coming in, let's bring it up and do regular Pilates swimming, paddling away, opposite arm to leg. Long, deep breaths into your body. Big sniff, big exhale. Good, come up, take it back, round your spine, child's pose. Let go, soften. You can turn your head from side to side, release your back. Breathing big into your body. And if you have any tight spots or any sort of injured areas, imagine your breath going into those areas. Oxygenated blood going into your body, healing areas, removing waste. All right, I had another plan of what I wanted us to do down there. Let's do but I've lost it. Let's do something different. Let's do a forearm plank. Oh, I know what it was. Forearm plank, one knee to the floor at a time, going 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to switch to a twist. 1, 2, 3, 4. Knee to shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. One leg up the back at a time. 1, other leg. 2, 3, 4. Relax for a second. Breathe. Shake out your spine. Let it go. Let's lift the whole thing up. Everything radiates away from center. Opening, opening, and lifting. And release it back. Coming back into your plank. Same thing, knee 1, 2, parallel, 3, 4, twisting, 1, 2, 3, 4, outer shoulder, 1, 2, 3, 4, off the floor, 1, 2, 3, 4. Take it in and down. Relax. Big breathing into your back. Big breathing into your organs. Melt. And then taking it onto your elbows and knees, one leg out behind you. You're going to kick up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Come up onto your hands, leg right out to your side. Shift your upper body slightly over to the away from your leg. Up and down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're just doing 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Coming onto your butt. rolling from one side to the other, massaging out your glutes, massaging out your lower back, letting that greater trochanter, the top knob of your femur head, get smashed around, and you're moving the tissue. So I'm kind of rolling around so that the tissue, the muscles and the fascia get some shear so that they're moving around in different ways, not just being rolled across. Rolling across is great, but there's more movement and more sort of gliding and sliding in the shear if you just roll around on it. This is building the integrity of your bones, of your pelvis, of your muscles. So you also want to make sure that this is the for healthy tissue, for long-term health in your body, you got to eat right. You got to eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables. I eat protein, I eat meat, but I try to eat clean meat. And you've got to make sure you're getting enough calories. I also eat a lot of fat, but I'm eating things like butter, avocados, trying to get butter from like healthy animals, like if you can, organic, all that kind of stuff. But I'm like, I don't know. I'm not saying eat butter. I'm just saying make sure you're getting fats. Ideally, omega-3 fatty acids. Omega-3s are in salmon. They're in a lot of things. Better to get your vitamins out of healthy, good food than out of a vitamin, right? The food, you know it's coming. Vitamin, we're not quite sure what happens. And that's not to say don't take vitamins. I take vitamins sometimes too. But make sure your body is getting enough calories, especially for women, and especially as we age. Like we need, and if we're working and moving, we need building blocks to feed the tissue. Otherwise it's leaching our own bodies. And this is the same for young women too, and men. Like the whole body dysmorphia, anorexia thing is a harsh reality of, you know, of what we're looking at in terms of the media and social media. But feed your body. That's what I'm saying. Make sure you eat enough food, especially if you're working out a lot. And healthy food. Reach it out and open. Hands behind your head, sideways, reach and open. And open. And open. And let's just flex and take it down the middle. If you need to bend your knees there, go for it. Breathing into it. And then come up and let's do ankle to knee. So bottom leg is going to fold under, top leg is folding over. If you're tighter and you want to straighten the bottom leg, that's totally fine. My hips are tight, but my knee is so much healthier. But I still, like, both knees require a lot of extra care now. So it's like, oh, a lot of stuff. And all that leg work where we're working with flex foot, demi point, for me, that is all for my knees. And everything else, but it's really about the knees for me. For other people, it might be the ankles, it might be the feet, but the feet, the ankles, the knees, the hips, they're all connected. And then come up, open it out, take a side stretch toward the top leg, toward the bottom leg, spiral towards the top leg and the bottom leg, and then unscramble. Bang it out, let it come to neutral. Give your body some love. And that's the other thing, like we don't have to, but it's going to be nicer to come into a healthy relationship with your body where you're kind to your body, which doesn't mean you're smushy. It means that you're doing the things that you need to do. Like, I'm going to go for my walk and get some fresh air and some nature, or I'm going to eat the right food. I'm going to get enough sleep, whatever it is. Like kindness to your body and in your thoughts, because your body knows what you're thinking. Your body is you. It is what you're thinking. So kindness, appreciation, generosity, gratitude, let it go. Thank you, body. We're going to be together my whole life. Let's have a good relationship. Let's be in harmony with ourselves as much as we can. And that's part of why really getting to listen to your body and understand what's happening on a body level
is so healthy for us. And when we understand that like our bodies are made of the earth and the water and the air, like we aren't separate. Let it go. And come up, open it out, side stretch. Open, side stretch. And open, twist, and twist. And come back in, unscramble. Again, like, so my knees always need the extra love. It's like, oh, you did something, good job. And I squish them around and then like it helps. Yeah, so finding ways to reward yourself that are healthy. Because I know a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to reward myself and go and eat an ice cream or a hamburger. Maybe once in a while, but the reward system for food is a harsh reward system. See if your reward can be something better, like I'm going to take a bath, or I'm going to go sit in the sun, or whatever it is. Something healthy, rewards that are healthy. Take it into a forward fold, shift from side to side. My parents never gave us food rewards. It wasn't like, or bribed us with food. And I have a pretty healthy relationship with food. Roll it up all the way up to the top. So yeah, if you're a parent, do not use candy. Oh, I'll give you some candy, because then you are you're putting in a system that's going to be a fight for the rest of their lives. Inhale, open. Exhale. I'm not trying to be judgmental. I'm just trying to say, rewards that are not unhealthy are going to be much better things to go to, like fun things, like, oh, if you do that, then we're going to go do something fun, or I'll play with you, or I'll read you a story, or whatever, something where it's an activity. Turn from side to side one more time, twisting, not trying to be judgmental. If it's the only way to get your kid to do something, go for it. Just be aware of the patterning that's being laid down on the ground. Good. And yeah, and my family, like, we weren't allowed to watch TV growing up, and we barely had any sugar. We barely had any sort of white bread or anything like that. It was always like healthy things to eat, and healthy, like the most unhealthy thing is like juice. And at the time they thought it was healthy, right? It wasn't fresh squeezed juice, it's juice concentrate, which is basically just sugar. So anyway, that's my big lecture. Hey, Richard.